Hello, we're
Greetings.
back. We're trying this again without all the sexy graphics to see if
that'll teach me to want to be fancy.
Look, I have terrible internet, but let me post this.
Link other places. Well, while she's posting the link other places, and we rethink all choices in life. If you're not going to go back to the last stream, a lot happened on that stream. We had up pledges from Stephen and Clark, so thank you so much. We called you insults. We're not sure if those transmitted through. I believe Clark was a
Beazle bubbering, glass gazing hugger mugger.
Yes.
And Stephen was a mangled feeble drudge.
So we've caught up there. We started to play a little bit of 5-second rule. We're both terrible at it. Well, Ashley's beating me, but it's a difficult game. You can get rid of that chat window. That was for the old one. And
to get to the Twitter.
Technology is a wonderful thing.
Yay! Everyone says this is much better.
Oh, great.
Says video unavailable for Gabby. Yeah,
excellent.
That's just we put in the rules. No Gabby.
No Gabby.
Were the rules that we put in.
So yeah, we're not allowed to want nice things. So we will respond more in real time now and have a live.
Well, interesting to note though that the beautiful thing that you did actually slows it down.
Mm-hmm.
He spent a lot of time making that.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the story of Brendan's life.
It's the story of this project. The harder I work to make it nice, the more we should just go to the woods and like Macbeth. So
I don't think the internet in the woods would be very good.
Here we are, and we're playing games. We're giving away things. We were transitioning into some giveaway type stuff.
Okay, but let me promote this first.
Okay, but I'll talk about what we're going to do. Otherwise, we could sit in silence.
Yeah, no, you talk.
Social media,
and I'll tweet.
We're going to move into giving away things, which is why we wanted to be able to do that in real time with you all. So we didn't want to start announcing that and then wait on a 10-minute lag for people to win stuff. So we have a variety of things that we've accumulated from past shows. We were kind of trying to demonstrate the character cards and how they might look. And to do that, we were showing previous printable things that we had made for non-transferable and for Sona. And our character cards will probably be printed in that size with that format to kind of show off some of our cast members. Ashley had the great suggestion of having a vote when we finally get to the end of our Kickstarter for people to decide which couple characters, because we probably can't print everybody in the entire show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So great. So there'll be 45 character cards coming to you in a glossy packet, pre-framed, because the sky's the limit. So we'll probably do a vote to select a handful of characters, and they'll be about that size. But by having these at the ready, we thought we could give away other things from different shows. So yeah. So I just showed you a couple postcard thingies there. You're still social media,
I'm
so
sorry.
I'll keep buying. We also answered questions about the VR stuff. If you let me know in the comments whether we caught up with that answer or whether that answer was lost in the future, because we went back in time. It was amazing. We were in the future for a little bit. Now we're back in real time. I just watched Non-Transferable on Tuesday night after I insomnia cleaned my room. That's amazing, Sophie.
Did you like it?
These notes. So Jules Does Stuff says we didn't catch up. So perfect. So first of all, Jules, we talked about, you said that the bracelets were on the way to the P.O. box. Ashley said she saw those on social media.
And I love them so much.
I saw them on social media. They look awesome. So I will look at the Jigsaw's P.O. box for that to come, which is cool. We talked about the VR stuff.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear? He did.
They said no.
Do it again.
We didn't do it again. So we did Sona. We did the VR experience at Comic-Con for Sona. We tried to upload that to the Google Play Store this week. It's giving me errors because it's my first time doing this, so I'm figuring that out. But that should be available down the road. But in doing the VR experience for Sona, I started dabbling with motion capture, 3D work, 3D environments, 3D characters, and I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool way to be able to act in digital space, and you can literally become anything in the world. I can turn myself into a dragon. It's awesome. So I wanted, when Will approached us about wanting to play Mac and Beth and help develop this project with them, and he wanted it to be in startup culture, I had the idea that the witches could be in-game avatars. And so, because I thought everyone always wants to play the witches. They are kind of this weird, cool, otherworldly part of the Mackers story. And so I thought, this would be cool. We'll do VR witches and in-game characters that start talking to them while they're playtesting the game. And so I'm super excited to be able to...
Brenna, thank you.
Thanks, Brenna. Do we need to insult her?
Brenna, you monstrous. Ill-breeding
jackanapes.
Monstrous, ill-breeding jackanapes.
I like jackanapes.
That's nice.
It's good. It's good. It's strong.
I can't take credit for it. It's Shakespeare.
So yeah. So that's why we're doing the motion capture stuff. But it's by no means like Planet of the Apes or...
Don't sell yourself short.
You're
very ape-like.
I'm very ape-like. But it is very, very lo-fi, very DIY.
But the characters look more like a video game.
Yeah, like a glitchy mobile game.
Like a beta testing game.
Yeah.
Alpha testing.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
I also just want to say, was it Maitland? I caught you doing y'all instead of you guys, and I was just like, oh, we started a thing. I mean, we didn't start it. The whole culture is shifting in that direction, but you know what I mean. Yes, Clark, you missed a tomato. It was extremely juicy.
What?
Clark said, did I miss anything juicy? And I was trying to think of something juicy, like a tomato.
5-second rule. Name 3 things that are juicy.
Tomato, oranges, gossip.
Gossip is juicy. Well played. Well played. I like that.
I can be teaspoon or tablespoon. I don't know what we're referencing.
Look, it's a whole chat, a whole hangout.
Everyone is friends, which is
we got stuff going on.
A delight, a true delight.
We have 27 people joining us. We appear not to be buffering as badly. We appear to be easier to hear. Seems pretty excited.
Peter, thank you.
Thanks, Peter. We still appreciate every dollar counts.
It all adds up.
Every
and
dollar
I know when I see those things that come in where people are giving $1 or $3 or $5, I know that that's as much as you have to give right now, and I'm so touched by that because I see that that costs something to you, and I'm deeply, deeply touched.
Well, and if we had more dollars, we wouldn't need to crowdfund. It literally is the act of having more dollars. So thank you.
You know, something that I've always tried to do whenever my friends have a Kickstarter is give something. And sometimes what I have to give is $5, and sometimes what I have to give is $20, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the point of the crowd.
On our previous stream, we
are mighty.
Yes, on the previous stream, we talked about playing games on this stream to fill time and to build anticipation.
I have said 2 people's names correctly.
Well done. And speaking of Kickstarter, I backed this game on Kickstarter, which was made by Sarah Fletcher from Non-Transferable and from Frankenstein MD. So Kickstarter brings about many great things.
Yeah, maybe we should try a horrible haiku. Okay, but now I've got my combobulations together to do a little bit of a giveaway. I have two things I can give.
Oh.
They're the same. I have 2 of them. 2
of the same thing.
And I'm allowed to do it now because
that's true.
As we've previously discussed, we gained control of Sona back because Alpha is no more. And I love that you guys are saying I'm amazing with names because I definitely, when we do backer thank yous, I get so many of them wrong. But I bet that people like Maitland also get mispronounced a lot. But I know a couple Maitlands actually, so that's somehow I know.
But yes, Gabby,
But
RIP
because-
Alpha, and because
Yes.
RIP Alpha,
Because RIP Alpha, we get the show back and the merchandise rights back. Because we made special cast and crew shirts that we wear all the time. And I never gave out 2 of them, and I don't remember who they were for.
sorry.
Sorry, I have a large and a medium left. I think this is probably the large. No, this is the medium. This is the medium. Oh, because mine's an extra small. Mine's an extra small and yours is a small.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a medium, and then the large is bigger. But anyways, we had them specially made for cast and crew, but then like they were basically like unofficial illegal merch because Alpha had the merch rights. But we have everything back now. So I have 2 of these. They were made specifically for the cast and crew. They're very soft and nice and lovely. And does the medium allow you to see into the future? Sure. Yeah. The large lets you see into the past.
Oh.
So these are shirts that I have. And I thought maybe if you wanted this shirt, I'd also send you I have these patches, which if you backed the Sona Kickstarter, you might already have a patch, but what you definitely don't have are these pins that were made for Comic-Con. See if I can show you.
Yes.
The light is so bright, but they're textured. They're actually really cool.
Aha.
There we go. So
This is how the lighting on the show actually works.
Yeah, Brendan just stands there with his
I just flag light.
So anyway, so I thought I could send 2 kind of fancy Sona packages to people, but because they are kind of like special and one of a kind, and I will never be able to get. I mean, I can't get more of these. So I think that this kind of needs to be like a big pledge up. I think maybe like 50. See if that works.
And where will you ship it anywhere or just US shippings?
I will ship it anywhere.
Cool.
And if you have already backed at a higher level that would already include shipping, I'll probably send it all your stuff at one time. This is the large, just to be honest about size.
Cool.
So mine's an extra small and yours is a small and this is a large. In terms of, you're a small man.
So there's a small and a medium.
I am a small woman.
Cool.
And these are, but like you can also like cut them or tie them up or style them, or they could be good for like sleep shirts if you're smaller like me. Oh, you know what? I'll throw in. Yeah, I'll just make you a cool little Sona package.
Yeah, do you want to share the?
Well, here's some other stuff I have. I showed you the cards I have. These were exclusive at Comic-Con. I didn't make these. The Nerdist people made these. So that's exclusive to that experience. And then Brendan had these made. This is a comic of the first episode made by Caitlin Bruder on the interwebs. And so that's like the cold open of the show turned into a comic, which
awesome,
is very, very cool. And so, okay, I have 2 people who've done this now.
Great.
So, Gabby and Mela, duke it out for which sizes you want, guys.
Well, I guess who was first?
Gabby came in first, so Gabby, let me know what size you want.
Perfect.
And Mela, you get the other one.
You just put write a G or an M on the tag of the shirt.
Yeah.
So we'll just see in the comments what comes through.
Gabby, I think you sent your address to me the other day. For Will? Gabby, you've been getting all the stuff.
We should have just waited till the end of the campaign and just done a big box for Gabby.
But yeah, I'll make sure that I have these things later.
Cool.
I think Mela, you also got a DVD, right? You 2 are adorable.
Gabby's gonna get the large.
Fantastic.
Great.
It's all you. I asked, don't worry. Oh, you guys, you're so cute. And you're so generous with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
So we don't have any money left. Yeah, no. Thank you so much. But also that calls for hearts.
That does call for hearts and insults.
Well, Gabby, don't. We want your money, but not more than you have to give. We can come pick it up in LA. We can discuss. We can discuss offline. Well, online, but off live stream. And you guys are also collecting some pretty fantastic.
So we're $26 away from
insults from my goal.
18,000. Your goal for today.
Well,
your goal
we
at the beginning
gotta
of the week.
We got up the goal now.
Yes.
Gabby, dear sweet Gabby, who's given us literally all of her money. You are a reeky, envious renegade.
Renegade.
I love you.
Quite reeky.
Mayla, sweet Mayla, you are a pernicious, roguish caitiff. And I love you. I feel like my heart is on the wall.
We'll take it. Very accurate.
Very accurate. Guys, I'm so touched by your generosity, and we're at $18,004.
$18,004.
Jane.
Thanks,
Thank
Jane.
you, Jane.
Exciting. What's up?
Gabby was including shipping, and I appreciate that. Jane, you odious, naughty pated ludster.
Yes.
Thank you. This is my favorite way to thank people because it's like my true love comes out the way that I would tell love to my real friends I've known for years, which is by insulting them.
How we should put everybody on the call sheet.
Yeah.
As insults.
I have to make my colors pretty.
Should we play a game?
Yeah. Don't touch my questionable life decisions.
There was an excitement over horrible haikus. We also have 5-second rule.
Oh wait, you were smart, and I should mark on the tags. Gabby.
Gabby's the L.
Yep.
And then we have say anything.
I don't know how to play that one.
And then there's other giveaways, possibly.
Oh, Brendan has stuff to give.
I have things to give away. I have things no one wants. That's the key. You have the things people want.
Well,
we could have spaced them out. We can sign the stuff. Can y'all sign the stuff?
Absolutely.
You can totally sign the
Yeah,
stuff. All the stuff.
I'll put my name on everything.
Speaking of Kickstarter and thinking of generosity.
Oh, we got more people. Thank you so
more pledges,
much.
more insults to be made.
Liesel. Or that is not the spelling of Liesel I'm familiar with, so it might be Lysel? Lissel? I don't know. I was getting mad points for all my name pronunciation, but I did immediately go Sound of Music with your name, and then I noticed it is spelled differently. So shout out if you're upset about the pronunciation of your name. But you know what? I don't care, you perfidious lily-livered maggot.
Oh.
Thank you so much. I need a oh good. For color variation.
Yeah.
Remy.
Gotta mix it up.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Remy. This is a new pledge from Remy.
It is.
So Remy, how did you find our stream? How did you find our campaign? That would be
Matilda.
Interesting
I'm
information.
screaming right now. Gabby, thank you so much. I feel bad. Sheep biting, debauched Pumpian.
Pumpian.
I know what sheep biting means, and I shan't discuss it on this live stream.
I took it
here.
quite literally.
Yes, but never mind. Never mind. Don't think about it. And Sophie upped her pledge as well.
Thanks, Sophie. Huzzah. Apparently, we are 4 points ahead of our trend line.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Sophie, you unmannerly, lumpish harlot.
I feel like there were some harlots on the last live stream.
There was a varlet.
A varlet. That's what it was. That's what it was.
It looks better. Where can we see?
Go higher. Always go higher. Perfect.
I also like the colors to be pretty. That's what's important. Why am I always a lewd woman? I don't know, Sophie. You tell me.
What does the trend mean? People are saying we're 4 days ahead of what the tracker thought we should be. Is that Kick Track? Because Kick Track thought we were going to make so many monies.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kick Track, I think you're lying to me.
Yeah, Kick Track said someone was going to make like $200,000. And I was like, I don't think that's true. But if you are on a different site, I would be curious to know what that is. Backer Tracker.
All right.
But of course, that is also to like just eke out our goal at the last minute. And if that's how this goes, I'm not going to get any sleep. I was very spoiled. The Sona fix it. The Sona Kickstarter was for less money, but it was funded in the first 4 hours. So then I had no experience of anxiety beyond the like first couple hours. And this one, I'm doing 3 things really right now that are taking up most of my time. I'm working on a script that I owe people pages on. That's for a completely different project. I'm running this Kickstarter, and this part probably got cut out. So I start shooting on a film tomorrow that I'm working for 5 days on. And so
Bye.
And so my time is just a little, and so I'm stressed. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you. Somebody just said I'm gonna cry, and I'm like, I'm not gonna cry, except I did cry like half an hour before this thing started. I just had this moment where I just said, I'm so stressed. And Brendan said, I know. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Paul.
Wow. Thanks, Paul. And thanks, Kyle. And thanks, Andy. Now, Kyle and Andy, these are brand new pledges. We'd love to know welcome, and where did you find out about the campaign? Because this is the thing that's so fascinating.
Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry, I just have to take a moment with this because I always stand a tall toddler. Yes, thank you. I do cry easily, but I'm getting so many messages right now. When I was sitting in the coffee shop yesterday talking we're gonna get to that, talking my screenplay out loud in public, I got a message from one of you about how much the work that I have done meant to them, and I just had to kind of take a minute and be like, oh right, that's why we're doing this. That's what all of this is for. And I just kind of was sitting in that coffee shop for a second and being like, I really needed to hear that right now, and thank you so much. And so thank you guys for, the hustle of the Kickstarter isn't the part that like, I think, is why I got into the business, but connecting with you guys, knowing that what we make matters to you, that's everything. And so I'm so grateful and moved. And it does keep me going when I'm staring at a Kickstarter, watching numbers and stressing that we're not going to make our goal because we already made the first part of the show, and I don't know what happens if we don't make that goal because I want to finish the show. So now I'll get back to insulting you because that was enough of my feelings, Paul. You plume-plucked, mammering miscreant.
I like the mammering miscreant.
Yeah.
The alliteration.
That's nice. And I have more. Kyle. Kyle, you wayward, sodden-witted swain.
Ooh.
For those of you just joining us, this is a book of custom Shakespeare insults, and it's like a flip page thing. So that's where your insults are coming from.
Yes.
And
I thought you were just making them up on the spot.
But also they're Shakespeare themed and it's cute and fun. I don't just insult people who give me money.
It's not true.
Instead, think of it more like you're paying me to insult you. Kyle. And Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
Andy, Paul's so confident we will make the goal.
We're gonna make it.
I think that we will too, and then I will sleep. Andy, you three-suited, hell-hated nuthook.
No. First of all, a nuthook is fantastic.
So great. What is
but
that?
A three-suited, I would think that means you're quite dapper.
Well, do I need to get out the lexicons?
I don't know. I feel like it's a dig that you only own 3 suits, but I only own 3 suits, so I'm kind of like.
Well, I don't know. There are a lot of classist digs in Shakespeare, but also at that level, I mean, in that time period, people would wear the same thing over and over. Like, you wouldn't have a lot of different outfits,
right?
Right. I want to make sure we're keeping up with the comments. Yeah. Oh gosh. I was about to say, like, I hate that you're anxious so young, but the fact is I started having a lot of anxiety in high school and nobody identified that or helped me with it until I was in my 20s. And just being able to name it. I think that's one of the great things about the internet, honestly, is that, like, we're able to say, like, oh, we as a culture are extremely anxious. And that you're not alone in that, and then learning what helps, you know, breathing techniques and meditation. And that is, you know, I have been sleeping some, you guys, because I play a meditation thing to help me fall asleep every night. I'm still actively, I'm making sure that I take time every single day in the midst of all those things I have going on to rest a little bit, because I've noticed that if I don't, that I completely burn out. And then I'm very much a tall toddler. Then I'm just like, there's so much happening and I don't know what to do. So, I think we can relate to that. Acting soothes Maitland's anxiety because you get to play another person. Yeah.
Speaking of a tall toddler, people were wondering whether Perdita was next to you.
She's not, and I don't know. Kitty, kitty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It's funny. Usually when I'm talking, like if I'm on the phone or something, she comes over because she's like, you talking to me? And I'm like, I actually was not, but I love you. But I don't know what she's doing now. I think the last time I saw her, she was sleeping on the couch, and I can't see where she would be from here. But you were possibly going to give something away.
I was possibly going to give something away. Should we do that now, or should we draw it out? It's been an hour since we started the first version of this stream. I can tell you exactly, 28 minutes and 25 seconds since we started this version of the stream. Does this sound like a good, most fun to play characters y'all have ever played is a great question.
I mean, I love all my characters. I did have a really good time playing Lizzie Bennet.
Who's that?
Part of the reason that I would list her is because I got to spend so much time with her. Like that's the only time that I've gotten to spend a whole year with a character and really felt like I grew with her and she grew with me. But I also spent a good amount of time with Amy Tyler from Non-Transferable. And I got to go to Turkey to play her, so that was pretty cool. And I love Sona, and I'm so proud of making it, but I don't know that actually I can say that playing someone with depression was fun because it was dark. I still really liked doing it, though. I really like acting. Oh gosh, and being Charlotte Bronte was so fun because all I had to do on that set was like sashay around in that incredible costume and do a British accent and insult my friends. And you guys know how much I love insulting people. It was a dream. Honestly, a dream. So
Yeah.
thank you, Gabby. So I don't know. Basically, I just love acting. You want to talk about some fun characters?
Sure.
And roll my eyes. Yes, I did. I do love an eye roll.
I think probably one of my favorite characters that I got to play for a hot minute. I met Julia Cho from
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth Diaries doing a web series.
He's known her longer than I have.
For Subway, the sandwich company. We did 3 episodes of a buddy comedy traveling in time called Jeff and Ravi Fail History, where I was an idiot named Jeff who ruined history. And his roommate, Ravi, was a mad scientist that created a time machine, played by Julia Cho. And we had...
They auditioned, they wrote it for an Indian man, and they
Yes.
auditioned Indian men, and
then randomly Julia Cho. A bunch of Indian men and Julia Cho.
And Julia booked it.
And at the callback, she and I performed literally all 3 episodes back to back to back in real time, which was a very weird callback experience. For a job we didn't have. But it was super fun and we had a blast. And that was one of those, it was when the web was figuring out what it wanted to be. And it was at that break in time when
Why do we still watch it?
Yes, you should be able to still watch it on my YouTube channel, Brendan A. Bradley. I have a section called Web Series and like a playlist on my channel. Called Web Series.
It's real cute.
And the 3 episodes should be on a playlist called Jeff and Ravi.
Thank you, Christina.
Thanks, Christina.
Oh, and I'm caught up.
No. Thank you, Christina. So, yeah. But I cried on the last day of that set. Because I remember...
Oh, I cried at the end of LBD.
I remember being on that set thinking this was a real job. I had joined SAG and joined Equity through other jobs, but...
this was before the merger, and
this
you had
was
to join
before the merger,
AFTRA
and I
for
had
that
to
job?
join. Both Julie and I had to join AFTRA to do that show, and we spent all of our money from the show on joining AFTRA, and then they merged 6 months later. So that was fun.
And they don't give you your money back in that case.
No.
Christina, thank you so much. You rank scented beetle-headed bugbear.
But that was a favorite show of mine, and then we Julie and I went to South by Southwest in Texas, and we did a cross-country road trip together. Julie and I driving to go to Texas,
and that's before I knew,
which was very fun.
Her at all.
Actually, how do you cut perfect hearts?
I rip my real heart out of my chest.
Wow.
I hold
Kalima.
Thump, beating. I cut one and then I trace the others. Bugbear is such a cute word. I wonder what it actually means.
And I think another fun role would have been Hank from Squatters, which was my first web series. First time I ever produced something and created something for the internets. My best friend Eric Scott Smith plays Alex, my buddy in that. We had
and he's the composer of Sona.
And we had an amazing time. Well, I had an amazing time making that show. There were some downfalls for him. I think he didn't want to be my friend anymore for a bit.
His luggage got stolen?
His luggage got stolen on the New York subway while we were filming. I was obviously very distracted making that show. I was probably not a great friend. But that show is what...
You guys were still friends, so it clearly was fine.
Yes, but that show is what introduced me to this whole internet culture, YouTube culture, internet culture, the idea of making your own stuff. And my Hank character was kind of like a douchebag, like a lovable douchebag. And it meant that like all of the internet got to know me for that character. So like the Fine Brothers and the Guild and Mystery Guitar Man, like the original YouTube people all hired me for that role.
Who you were before I got to know you.
Yeah.
Turns out he's just a big old softy.
Big old softy.
YouTube culture, YouTube cult. John Kozer.
John Kozer.
We know John. John's lovely.
Yeah.
Also from things like GeekyCon.
And Wayward.
Yep, but we met at GeekyCon first. he was so cute on Wayward. I am also, for those of you who don't know, an acting teacher, and he kept, because he hadn't really acted before, he kept being like, how do you do this? And I was like, John, you're doing great. Like, on set is probably not the time for me to give you an acting lesson. Say the words, you'll be fine.
I've had many people give me an
And he
acting
was
lesson on
great.
set.
Probably,
It's not fun.
it's probably uninvited.
It is uninvited and not fun.
Clark says, what makes a good coffee shop to work in? We worked in something that's not a coffee shop, because what makes a coffee shop good to work in ultimately is it being film friendly.
I think when you're writing.
Oh, to write. Oh,
because you were talking about that earlier.
Oh, yeah. I was like, how did you know we filmed a scene in a coffee shop for this? We did. Sophie, if you're serious about acting lessons, I do Skype acting lessons, and you should reach out to me on another aspect of social media. But I am a professional acting teacher in Los Angeles and a professional acting coach, and that's my day job.
Boomtown.
So what makes a good coffee shop to work in as a writer is it not being that loud and them not minding you sitting there for a long time. I do have tips for college auditions. Have lots of monologues prepared, more than they tell you. You want to have at least a comedic classical and a dramatic classical and a comedic contemporary and a dramatic contemporary. When they say classical, do verse, do Shakespeare, do verse. It's always more impressive than anything else. And find stuff. It's harder to find stuff that's age appropriate, especially at college auditions. Everyone doing monologues from Shakespeare, especially, are going to be doing the same monologues. Monologue books are not great because everyone bought them. It's better to find monologues from plays, and it's a great idea if there's like a chunk of text, but it's not quite a monologue. Steal some dialogue. Like, feel free to kind of build your own monologue out of a play by like, yes, you can DM me for acting coaching. Please do. I work on all kinds of things. Gabby and I are coming to LA. What do you guys recommend we do there? Well, that's another question. Yeah, those are my first tips on college auditions. But I would have more than 4 if you could, because what's very impressive is because they'll initially everyone's going to ask you to do 2. But if you're some schools, I've been accepted to schools where they didn't ask me for a 3rd or a 4th monologue, but I was also in auditions, and I also had to do a very similar process to audition for MFA programs for grad school. And they'll say, do you have something else? And you know, if the answer is, yeah, I have this one thing, that's fine. But my answer was, yeah, I have this, 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 or this. And then immediately, I'm impressive. And then they would get to choose and say like, oh yeah, I think I'd like to see that color that we haven't seen yet. And so I ended up using all of my monologues. And at some schools, I ended up doing 4 or 5 monologues for them. But ultimately, like, I went to the Old Globe, which is one of the top, consistently ranks in the top 10 MFA programs for acting in the country. And they only had me do 2 monologues and talked to me a little bit, and that was it. And other schools that accepted me had me do like 4 monologues and a song. So, you know, those are some thoughts on college monologues. But if you want help choosing monologues and coaching them, DM me on Twitter or Instagram. Also, if you go to my website, ashleyclements.net, there's a contact form, and we can talk about preparing you for your auditions.
People are saying they miss acting and singing, and they are terrified. I got into acting because of community theater. So what I love about so many people think that you can only act for some reason by like going into some professional production or some big city. And I think that what's great about the arts initiatives, or some arts initiatives in especially America, is that there are these little community theaters. There's Little Theaters, which was a movement to put theater in more regional areas. And I would encourage people to just be involved in your local community.
Well, and wherever you are, there is some theater going on. And if they're not like immediately hosting auditions, just showing up at a theater and saying like, I'm interested in helping, you can begin to build a relationship, you know, whether you're, you know, helping run box office or like be, you know, like, what's the word I want for the people?
An usher?
Yes, an usher. and start building that relationship. And then when they are casting, you'll know them. And you can also like send hard copy letters to people, like in the theater. I mean, if you can find email addresses, you can send email addresses, but like actual hard copy still kind of speaks to people in the theater. Someone asked something up here. Taylor says, do you have any advice for grad school in general? You're not going for theater. Grad school is so specific to what you're studying that I have no idea what it'll be like for you. But what I can tell you is that I think in general, grad school is fantastic because you're just studying the thing that you want. You have no like gen ed requirements. So ideally, if you love doing the thing that you're going to school studying, you're just studying something that you love. And it's good to remind yourself of that while you're there. One of my grad school teachers told us at the beginning, she said, always remember that this is something that you asked for and that it's a spot that didn't go to somebody else. And then my other advice is to make sure that you take care of yourself, sleep. It's a very busy time, I think, for most people. So things like meal prep, like it's smart and helpful. We have a Cymbeline, hello Shakespeare name, slightly different spelling. Can I get acting lessons as well, even though I'm not preparing for anything? Yes. Acting lessons don't need to be about necessarily preparing an audition, but it can just be like working on honing skills. So yeah, anyone interested in acting lessons? I do get paid to do that in the Hollywood.
Steven says it does not count as acting, but I once accidentally walked onto a Bollywood movie set. It may not count as acting, but there is also a lot of value in just being on a film set.
It's true.
And I got into SAG by being a background actor and then being a stand-in, and then slowly getting my credits to be able to do speaking roles. So I think that there's immense value in just being on a set and being like, first of all, is this for me? Do I like this culture? Do I like sitting around for 12 to 16 hours, being told when to eat and where to go? Or does it not jive with me? Because it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. Okay, we're just catching up with comments here. Performance Community Theater will always have a special place in my heart. That's what my sister does for the Marin Shakespeare Company. Hi, I'm from Marin. Have we talked about this?
Apparently not.
I never worked with the Marin Shakespeare Company, but I did go see some stuff. Are they still performing in the outdoor theater at Dominican University? My mom went there. My mom went back to grad school in her 40s because she's very cool. Yes, we did that. Going for social work. Good for you.
On the note of grad school, I can talk about that. I did not go to grad school.
I was about to say.
But what I will say
your
is
siblings
that
did.
what I've heard is that, especially in certain fields, a lot of grad school is also then for the networking component, for being able to have the access and the contacts to be able to have an entry point into the industry you want to work in. And when it comes to film and TV acting, that may or may not look like a traditional academic environment. And so a big thing that I actually went through was giving myself the permission when I made Squatters to treat that as my grad school. I was literally treating that as, this is going to be my entry point into Hollywood. This is going to be my introductory, like my calling card and my learning how to do producing for on-camera stuff. And then with that came, I was financing it. I was putting it on credit cards to be able to rent equipment and get locations and stuff like that.
I can't recommend that.
I can't recommend that to a degree, but if you're going to dump a bunch of money into a degree,
school, right.
You know, just weigh those things. That investing in yourself, I think, is the important step, and that could look like an academic path.
It's true. Grad school's never going to pay me back. Although I did go to a free program. So
I mean, Squatters never paid me back. As my friend Eric.
That is a recommendation I make with grad school. Go someplace free. Gabby, super cool that you reached out to that theater. Remy, feminist criminology sounds amazing. You are extremely cool. Oh no, I lost my place. Oh no.
It's all right.
Well, no, I just think I'm like missing a bunch of.
People ask again.
Okay. When applying to college, how much was based on your admission, based on your academics? If you're applying for acting, like if you're applying to a BFA acting program, they don't care that much about your grades. They want to make
you did.
Yeah, it depends. I did Carnegie Mellon's pre-college summer program between my junior and senior year of high school, and we asked that question. Look, I was a student. I was a big nerd, and and I did pretty well in the SATs. But we asked because I had been so pushed into like a super academic environment, and I was going into my senior year, and they said, we want to make sure that you're the kind of student who shows up and cares, but like, no, we don't care if you're good at math. That's not what this is. And I was like, what? And I literally went back to my college prep school and was like, hey, I'm not taking AP Calc because the state of California only requires you to take 3 years of math, and I've completed them, and I hate this. And all the college counselors were like, no, you have to take this. You're not going to get into school. And I was like, I'm going to get in based on an audition, so I'm out. And I was right. I did not need to have taken calculus. Where it would have been helpful is that I did have, I still had to take like one math class in college because my BFA program still had a few gen ed requirements. And if I had taken the AP, then I took a few APs and I got out of some credits that way.
This is a good question. I don't mean to jump around.
No, it's fine.
But Lonnie says, curious what you guys have advice about college if I want to do theater with my life. The college application process is scary and I need help.
Well, something that Brendan and I rail about a lot is how much the college theater experience doesn't actually prepare you for real life. A lot of good acting training, but kind of no like real life, what's it actually like to be a working actor?
Yeah, they prepare you for what happens when you have the job.
But not how to get the job and not how to be unemployed, which is a lot of your job as an actor.
And how to stay sharp and how to empower yourself to keep your training going even when you're not in a rehearsal process or on a show.
I would never have said this a few years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know. Especially with the student loan crisis right now. Look, I have a master's degree, so I believed in education. But like, if what you want to be is an actor, do you need a college degree? In New York, theater degrees are very respected. And if you just show up in New York and you're like, I want to be an actor, and I have not gotten a degree in it, then that's a hard conversation to have. In LA, nobody cares about. You should always be training. You should always be in acting class. But if depends what your goal is. If you want to do theater, get a BFA or a BA from certain schools, and then move to New York. But if you want to do on-camera stuff, people kind of don't care if you have a degree, so it matters whether or not you're a good actor.
Well, and what I would say, Lonnie, is that the college application process and admission process, it is daunting and scary and tough. However, just from the other side, so is auditioning and being unemployed.
It's true. And
it's kind of, if that part of the process of the trying to invest a lot of work and preparation into something that may or may not ever be fulfilled or looked at or go your way, if that doesn't jive with your personal culture, you might not also like this path. So I think that's also something to check in with. Ashley actually told me a quote that I am obsessed with, in that she talks about living in Los Angeles because she chose the city she could be unemployed in.
Oh yeah, this is my quote.
And
I said this.
That's something I never thought about, and is so crucial because a lot of your time
is being unemployed. So you have to live a place that you
unemployed in the path that you want to be.
Right.
The job you want to be.
You probably need another job to pay bills. But that's not to say don't go to college because. But
that idea of picking a place that is for you, and I think the same with the college application process. If you're already feeling that process is not something that's for you or with you, you might think about an arts curriculum that allows you to have a easier entry point into college, which it's still a huge application process. It's still a lot. But that doesn't then have the audition component. If the auditioning and the prep for that is just
and there are a lot of schools that have theater programs. Like you can get there are great BA programs, and those don't require auditions. It's just BFA programs that have auditions.
Yeah, although there were business students in my dance classes at NYU.
Yeah,
which I was really mad about because I wanted to take some business classes.
The dance classes at Ithaca were full of PT and OT majors, because a lot of people who decide they're not going to be dancers end up going to like physical therapy and occupational therapy because they have so many injuries. They've dealt with a lot of those people. Paige says, can a STEM major still make time for theater? I miss that part of my life. Look, I don't know your schedule, but most schools, even like Ithaca, that has like its BFA theater program that where like you basically had to be a major to be a part of it, there was still student run theater. And look for that, and look for like improv troops, and like also you can start your own, like the kinds of things that are like student led, and like non-major, like do non-major theater, non-theater major theater.
I started my own theater company in college that was wildly successful.
You also started one in high school.
Sophie, this is such a great point. Why do schools not teach useful stuff like budgeting and taxes?
We talk about this all the time.
And that is something that I think that no matter your path, no matter what you're going for, while you're there, use those electives to learn some other stuff. Some just general, I'm going to be an adult, I'm going to have to deal with a lot of nonsense. There's got to be budgeting classes and accounting classes. And like, look, no one takes a class on how to do your taxes, and which does also change all the time because tax codes change. So like, it's not like anyone comes out of college with like a great idea of how to do their taxes, which is something that every adult has to deal with. But there's a lot to like the business of acting. Like you have to promote yourself, and you have to you're doing marketing, you're running a business,
like you are running a small business, and that includes everything from like the finances of running a small business to the PR and marketing of running a small business to like,
you're an entrepreneur.
You are an entrepreneur, and you're the product. Maitland asked what a BFA is, and it's a Bachelor of Fine Arts, but the difference between getting a Bachelor of Fine Arts, which there are many things you can get a Bachelor of Fine Arts in, and I am specifically talking about a BFA in acting, but versus a BA, a Bachelor of Arts, is how much of it is concentrated in your major. So a BA in drama, you're going to take a good amount of theater classes, but you're going to take a lot of general education classes, and you'll have choice. That's the nice thing about college. You'll have a choice of what those are. But for instance, even in my BFA, I had to fill a certain number of math and science credits. I could take whatever I wanted to fill them. And because I don't really care about math and science, I took life in the ocean.
Like whales?
No, it was like microorganisms, but it was a big lecture class, and they didn't take attendance, and so 3 of my friends took it together, and we just alternated who went and shared notes. That's one way to do college. But we in a BFA program, almost all of your classes are in theater, and you have very little say over your schedule because they're making your schedule. So like I had class at 8 a.m. every day. No college student plans that. I remember the one and only time I ever locked myself out of my dorm room, which means you have to like go knock on the RA's door and like have them go get your key for you. It was 7 a.m, and she was like, "Why are you even awake?" And I was like, "I have class at 8." And she was like, "Why did you choose that?" And I was like, "It's required for my major." She was so mad that I'd woken her up at 7 a.m. on a Friday, but sorry, I locked myself out. You're an RA.
Yes.
You were an RA once, right?
I was not an RA.
Oh, my brother was.
I was an RA. Well, I was an RA for I wasn't a college RA. I was RA for another program.
I thought you had mentioned that. Okay. But so, yes, basically in a BFA, you are doing almost entirely stuff for your major, and you have very little control over your life. And in a BA, you have a lot more room to explore. And I actually graduated with a BA. I did the first 2 years of the BFA, and then I transferred, and I spent my entire junior year abroad, which was something that I could not do otherwise. And so I spent a semester in London, and then I spent a semester in Italy, and it was pretty cool. An RA is a resident advisor. Resident advisors are live in dorms and are typically getting either free or severely discounted room and board, and they work basically for that. So if you get locked out, your RA is the person you're going to go talk to, and
Yes.
if you if there's problems, then the RA has to handle it. So
Donald Glover was my RA.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Life in the Ocean did not cover mermaids. It was severely lacking.
Iceman had a question about bringing your personal experience to acting, which I probably am skew more that direction because I studied at Strasberg and was super methody for a long time.
So there are a lot of different philosophies to acting. And Strasberg, which is what is known as the method. I'll let you talk about it.
I mean, it's bringing your personal sensations, memories, so kind of to the needs of the character. So you're saying like, well, I've never murdered anybody before, but what are the elements of that level of anger, like something that makes me, violently angry, so that I can stir those feelings up inside me and apply them to this character kind of in a safer way, but I can then have some type of relation to what the character is going through. The best example of it I've ever heard, and I forget who it was, but it was an actress that was going to play either a meth addict or some type of heavy drug addict or heroin addict. She was like, I obviously have no desire to do heroin. Like, I'm not going to do that to like study for the role. So she asked heroin addicts what it was like being high.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and this one woman said, imagine taking a bath in sugar. Just like when you're all hyped up on sugar and you've just like had too much candy, like after like a Halloween as a kid, and your whole body just has that, like, you're buzzing from all that energy and that high, but you also just feel gross, just disgusting. And so she ate all this candy and sat in a bathtub of like hot water, sticky water, and just experienced like, what is this feeling? And then she applied that to the role that she was playing.
And of course, the criticisms of the method are, my favorite is a story about Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier. When Dustin Hoffman, oh, sorry, are you guys pledging and I'm missing it?
Why does the app not work?
Oh no, Ed just wants a heart. Ed gets a heart because he gave us a lot of money. Is why he gets a heart. To be fair. But the story is that Dustin Hoffman like stayed up all night and had not slept for several days and showed up to set looking terrible because he was being tortured or something. And Laurence Olivier said, "Why don't you try acting, dear boy?"
Yes.
Ed, you saucy fly-bitten pizzle. Saucy fly-bitten pizzle.
Sophie says I could be the next Joker.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
I think it's a compliment.
Oh, because Jared Leto was all methody? Is that why?
Well, because Heath Ledger was very methody.
True,
it's a methody role. But also, like, I would love to play the Joker. I don't like what they're doing with the Joker right now.
No.
I'm not a fan of where they're taking that character and the franchise.
But there are, anyways.
That's my nerd moment for the day.
A lot of there are other ways to bring yourself to the role that are kind of using your imagination more than method. And we have very different acting philosophies. It's
true.
And yet we get to work together.
Well, I think that's ultimately, it's whatever works. That's the method you should follow. Whatever works for
Christina, you. Christina, you are this yellow heart. Did you miss it?
Jules says, so I only have one nerd moment a day. I have many nerd moments a day.
I have 18.
We can have another nerd moment. Speaking of Kickstarter and giveaways, I launched a game on Kickstarter a while back. It is a fitness card game called Battle Mat.
It's kind of like Magic the Gathering with push-ups.
That's exactly what it is. You perform physical activities to be able to build fantasy creatures to attack and defend each other.
Any Magic fans in here?
So if you play Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone or any of those types of
Christina's
games.
internet was buffering, so I'm just going to give her a fresh insult.
Okay, give her a fresh.
She's a ruddish, pigeon-livered wagtail. A ruddish, pigeon-livered wagtail. Why am I a mood now? What did I do? I'm happy to be a mood. But so anyways, Brendan has some of these games.
Yes, I have leftover versions of the game, and so if you'd like one, what should we say we're crowdfunding to?
Well, what's it worth for you with shipping to send those out?
I mean, it's like $4 to ship these.
So then what kind of
So
pledge?
more than $4 we need to pledge. We're at 18174.
The cat is here.
Oh, cat.
She's going to have some food. Okay, so I think, do you want to say double 4? Do you want to say or a triple of 4?
Should we say, yeah, let's say a multiple of 4.
A multiple of 4.
A multiple of 4, 8, 12, 16, 40, then I will send you one of these if you then DM me your address. And I will include one of these little instruction cards for all the ways that you play and how you can do scoring with dice and all those things.
How many of these do you still have?
Many.
Well, Will brought over his DVDs and we were like, how many do you have? And he was like, oh, so many. And I was like, we don't have any non-transferables to give away, which is sad. They only made a DVD in the UK. And the only reason that I have one is because I ordered it from Amazon UK, amazon.co.uk. But it is a cool
It's a fun game.
And it's
a good way to work out. It's usually
Remy has one. Thanks, Remy.
Thanks, Remy. It's about a 16
She just ran away.
to half an hour workout.
She ate.
And it's kind of like having a personal trainer. You draw 5 activities and you get to perform them. And then each round you apply more weight, less weight, more time, less time.
Gabby.
Thanks, Gabby.
Jules. Gabby, I'm worried about you, but I appreciate you. Gabby's going to get such a sweet package.
All right.
Yeah, you want to put Post-its or something on these?
Well, I can just put this with Gabby, all the other things.
Yeah,
Gabby
let me put this in Gabby's pile. Gabby, a fresh heart for you. You should be very worried. You vain cockered clack dish. I don't know what that means. You vain cockered clack dish. And Jules. Thank you so much, Jules. Arts and craftsing over here. Jules, you pestilent, puppy-headed prig. Ooh, that alliteration. Pestilent, puppy-headed prig. Yeah, Melee, you probably do need to stop giving us all of your money. Oh, Jules, that's so sweet. Everyone go buy Jules bracelets so that she can give us some more money. Or just give us your money and sure. Just being offered a fresh LaCroix from my Cabana boy friend. You guys are so nice. I'm so happy. Please do. I mean, that's a really good one, right? You miss pestilent, puppy-headed prig.
Ooh.
I know, the alliteration.
All those plosives. We have not played a game.
We not play a game. Do you guys want to watch us play dumb games?
On this hour live stream.
We played a little. We're at 18,200.
All right.
That's exciting. Oh, Mayla.
Thanks, Mayla.
Add one to her pile too.
All right. What is fun is that you can play this game either solo or you can play it against your friends.
That's true. Mayla and Gabby, you can battle.
Yep. That's the second half of Battle Mat. You make your mat and then you battle.
But it is actually, I've done it a little bit. It is a good way to work out. Mayla, you spongy,
Bye, Jen.
impudent malt horse. It's just a spongy, impudent malt horse.
A spongy horse.
Malt horse. Okay, so the thing is that I went to the store today and these peanut butter cups were on sale.
There's chocolate.
So I had to buy them and Brendan just brought me one.
Did Jules pledge?
Yeah.
Did you get a game? Multiple of 4? 12? It's perfect.
Yeah. Sorry, did I not tell you that?
Yes, Jules, get that fitness. But thank you guys for supporting. This former Kickstarter can help this new Kickstarter.
Speaking of Kickstarter, should we play this horrible haiku game?
Oh, yeah. Brought to us by Sarah Fletcher.
Can I use this for my dumb required gym credit?
Quite possibly, actually.
I don't know how your high school worked, but in my high school, you could get, with like a gym membership and stuff, you could get out of your, like you could not get out of, but like do your own thing for your PE credit. I took dance for my PE credit.
All right, so this is Horrible Haikus.
Okay, so our friend made this game.
Yes.
There's really no winners or losers. So it's just fun. So you're supposed to deal each of us a hand where we each have 2 of the
Performance cards?
No, we'll pull a performance card. Give me 2 of the 7 cards, the 7-syllable cards, and 3 of the 5-syllable cards. And then from that, we will craft a 5-7-5, and we'll pull a performance card that tells us how to perform the haiku, and then we'll read them to you.
So 2 7s.
It's really a perfect live stream game, honestly.
And 3 5s?
And 3 5s.
Excellent. And I'll type 2 7s.
And you do the same.
And 3 5s.
And then...
And I'm sure that this is if you Google
Brenna.
Horrible Haikus, you could probably find this game somewhere in the world.
Horrible haikus.
And then do we do performance cards, or is that later?
I think first probably we'll do craft
my haiku.
Oh my, I think I'll keep it cleaner than that.
Why?
Because there are minors in this.
Okay. So these cards have 2 sides for you to choose what you'd like. And then you craft 5-3-5 or 5-7-5 or 7-5-7?
5-7-5.
5-7-5. Oh, yes. That's good for...
I like that.
Can we use both?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Oh, this is good.
I don't love these. My 7s are great, but I would like different 5s. Since there's no winners or losers, I'm just pulling another card.
Cheating.
Oh, okay. This is great. Now I'm happy. Oh, wait. Some more pledges have happened.
Thank you, more pledges.
Thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
That's a multiple of
That's a multiple
4
of
as well.
4 as well. So DM me, Brendan A. Bradley, on all the things. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, Brendan A. Bradley, your address, and I will be able to send you one of these. And thank you for your support.
Unless you're Mailer or Gabby, in which case we're sending you a giant.
When this live stream will probably end at 6, so in 20 minutes, I think.
Taylor, you moldy, rump-fed puttock.
Ooh, a puttock. Taylor, will this actually get me to exercise? I don't know if it will inspire you to exercise. It is.
No one can get you to exercise but you.
But what I have found is it distracts me from the kind of I'm going to the gym to do this thing. It turns into kind of a fantasy element, a gamification of it that makes me feel like I'm tracking points instead of time or instead of weight, and makes me have fun putting together characters and putting together battles.
Miss Wendla, are you in Europe? Where is it 3 a.m?
Oh my.
I have a Fitbit that's how I gamify working out.
Give me those steps.
Thank you for reminding her to cancel membership. Mela won't go to bed till you end this.
Germany.
Mela, where are you?
In Germany.
3 a.m. here. So you're all in Europe. Well, our next live stream was going to be earlier in the day.
All right. Are we ready to do some haikus?
Yes.
Is this the thing?
Some haikus.
Yes.
Okay. So now pull a performance card.
Performance card. All right. Stand on your chair and proclaim, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," and then deliver your haiku.
If I stand on my chair, you guys won't be able to see me.
I mean, you.
All right.
You could crouch on the chair.
These are instructions. I'm playing the game. Okay. Many moons had. Oh, sorry. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Many moons had passed. I will eat all your children. I'm cold all the time.
I can't make the camera go that high. I'm cold all the time. All right. So that is Ashley's haiku.
Oh, no. I think we should get a different performance card for you.
Oh.
Why not? The tattoo on her lower back read,
"I may be a ghost. The Kraken has been released. Where did you hide it?"
Snap, snap, snap. Okay, now we get new cards.
Well, and do people vote?
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to vote on which one of those was better? Not my children. That's a bomb
That
tattoo.
is a bomb tattoo.
Let's keep them in the piles of what they are, probably. But then we get new cards
Oh,
for
right.
the next round.
The 5s and the 7s?
Mhm.
Oh, we got all new cards?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Unless you want to keep some.
No.
But I
that's
want
fine.
new ones.
It's fine. We'll just go through cards quite quickly.
Well,
Here we go. All right. I want this game too now. Horrible haikus.
okay.
Oh,
Brendan's still
my delivery.
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. All
I
these
sold
other
it.
people voted for me.
Oh.
Um,
Yes, please take care of yourself,
yes,
Remy.
please. Yeah, we'll be gone in 15 minutes anyway. You'll miss nothing.
All right.
Except some horrible haikus. And
Here's
who
some
knows what else.
7. Here's some 7.
Oh, thank you, Miss Wendla.
Here's some 5.
You catched us doing the last live stream, right? I couldn't figure out how to
Yes.
share it on Instagram, but I was so blown away that you could just. I'm very artistic in other ways, but I'm not visually artistic, and so I mean, like this is my visual art. So I'm so impressed when people
Oh, I can show
draw, and you just like whipped that up so fast, and I'm just in awe.
I can show some art for Idiot Tale.
Ooh.
I've been doing some storyboarding for the animation.
I
Of
feel like
how,
that's the kind of reveal that we should like do it an amount.
Well, do you want to choose an amount to do it at?
If we get to 18,250, because we were close to the end.
Cool.
here, then
18,250.
Then I'll let him reveal some art.
Then I'll reveal some art that I've been
$42
working on.
away from that.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye.
All right.
Okay.
757. I think I have to.
I am also skipping some of the like very dirty parts of this game.
Mine's on the edge.
Just warning people who might want to get it. Okay, that's mine. Well,
No?
no, maybe I want to do that one because it's relevant to us. Okay, give me a performance card.
All right. I set the iPad on top of the performance cards. Here we go. After all this time, your best pickup line was...
I never said that I punched the kangaroo's pouch. It's something to do.
Nice.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
His tombstone read,
I don't think I got a deal. My penis is small. I forgot my mom's birthday.
you did that in the wrong order.
I did?
It's 575. Oh, you did 755. So 757.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what-
still a haiku.
Is it? I don't know.
Isn't it?
I don't think. Brendan wins, yeah, because he did a penis joke. Okay.
It's easy. It's the internet. There was an
Um,
option to do a penis joke.
Is everyone please take care of yourselves? All right. New cards, please. Actually,
Beef.
well,
Be careful punching kangaroos. They kick back. I don't think that's how a haiku works.
yeah, I think he cheated.
I cheated.
He's a cheater.
I'm a big old cheater. All right, 575. So here's 3 5s.
Coos. I like the shortening of haiku.
Here's 2
Coos.
7s.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll take 3 5s. And 2 7s. I'm running out of real estate here.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. So 575.
Okay. All right, give me a performance card.
Well,
I'm fast.
I'm
What can
not
I say?
done.
I'm a fast.
Well, here's a
Cooer.
performance card.
You are from the deep, deep south. Guys, I don't know if I can do a southern accent. What would that even sound like? My goodness, this is very appropriate for the haiku I wrote. I'm being just like my mother. She dreams of running away. Strip club robbery. Oh, Marilyn Bennett. That's someone who read the Lydia book.
All right. Performance card. Where are you? Tell me what to do.
Fun fact. She's named Marilyn Bennett because that's Mary Kate's mom's name. The person to your left just chopped off your hand.
I have to warn you. Butt cheeks the size of mountains. I forgot the rest.
Who wins that time? That's stiffer competition because I pulled out a beloved character and you did a funny drama
Just
thing.
pretended that my hand got cut off. Ashley wins, of course. Ashley won.
I'm sorry, they do love
I mean, it's
Marilyn Bennett.
yes,
I was calling Mama Bennett, but
Mama B. So you get 2 of these 7s, and you get 3 of these 5s.
Ashley's just taking everything.
All right.
What can I say? I'm a winner. Oh boy, that's good.
Ashley's just taking everything.
Oh boy. This one has an F-bomb. I've warned you all, but I'm ready.
Okay.
I'd like a performance.
Oh, excuse me.
Please be my director.
I did not mean to deny you a performance card.
Tell me how to perform.
To quote the great Abraham Lincoln.
Holding in the puke, caviar, and cat vomit. What the fuck is kale?
Good. It's good.
I know, like these, like you guys can't handle an F-bomb. It's just giving fair warning.
There's some F-bombs in our show.
There's a whole lot in our show.
We've been shooting alternates.
We have also been shooting a clean version. Snaps for Abe Clements. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you need a performance card?
What is my direction?
You are reading a story to first grade children. Hope yours has an F-bomb too.
Murder is okay. Can you recommend a cream? I may regret this.
He wins. Also, it's don't do murder.
Don't do murder, excuse me.
No, murder is okay. That's what Charlotte would say. Murder is okay.
Cool. So we have about 8 minutes left on this live stream. Do we want to do a call to action?
Becca, thank you so much.
Thanks, Becca. It was my haiku.
I think so.
It really sealed the deal. Thanks, Becca.
Becca, you surly salt butter whoreson. Surly salt butter whoreson.
Nice.
Why would this look attractive? The coup. Oh, okay. I have to write a new coup.
I feel like when we run out of Shakespeare insults, which we never will, we could make haikus for people on other live streams.
Because also, like, it's got 3 flippy things, so like there's always another order.
There's always a different order.
But yes, we could do haikus for people. Whoops. Okay, so those.
These are also ominous. Ah. All right. I'm ready. Do the coup.
You are a vampire.
I am a vampire. My heart is racing. An eruption of pleasure. I can't feel my toes.
That's good. Okay, here's mine. I will need some direction, please. Hair director.
You are about to sneeze.
I hate when she says, "Does this smell like chloroform?" To the time machine.
Nice. Well committed.
Thank you.
Well committed.
Who wins?
Who wins? Who wins?
Should we kill him? Should we kill him?
To the time machine.
Oh,
vote for me. Oh, it's tied. Oh, I'm pulling ahead.
We may have tied.
You pulled ahead at the end. Fine.
Okay.
All right. Two of these. Do we get another pledge?
Nope, it was just the same one from before, but I'm getting updates in.
All right, 5 minutes left, so we'll say this is the very last haiku.
Okay.
Pressure's on.
Well, we'll have to do this again because I liked it.
And remember, if you won something on today's stream, you should DM us your address if we don't have it, so that we can send it to you. Please share hashtag #IdiotTale and keep the A Tale Told by an Idiot campaign going strong for the next week as we lose Ashley to
I'll be posting as much as I
filmmaking
can
life.
from set, but I just don't know what that set's going to be like because I'm not in charge of it.
And I will be in pre-production, so I'll be working on
Idiot Tale.
Idiot Tale. So, but thank you all for joining us. This has been super awesome. And we're going to close on a haiku. And then should I do a reveal or should I save it for the next?
Yeah, I think everyone's
stream?
stuck with us. So we can do one reveal. I'll allow it. Oh boy,
great
now
Clemento
I have
has
so
spoken.
many good options all of a sudden.
Wow, some of these are quite strong.
Sorry. I realize it's very boring if we're just quiet, but this is my last haiku, so I also really want to make it count.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Performance card.
Okay.
You suffer from amnesia.
Makes you feel alive? Grandma had died in her sleep. This is what remains. Who am I? Your performance is... You are a quarterback in the huddle. Everyone needs to huddle.
All right. Borrowed your sex doll. I don't trust the government. Pass the antacid. Hike!
He wins. And I think it was really the performance and the haiku that wins on that one. Please take my credit card away from me.
Excellent.
Talk to your parents. I'm sure they will.
This game is delightful. I don't trust the government.
Look, none of us should at this point.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
No, don't worry. I vote for him at the end too. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night and or the middle of the night or Saturday morning with us.
Do we owe some shout outs?
Oh gosh, well we didn't get to it on this one, so we'll Mayla, what are you doing?
Thanks, Mayla.
And Rachel. Okay, quickly before we go.
All right.
Mayla. You tardy-gated, wry-necked ratsbane.
Ratsbane.
Delicious stuff. It's midday here on Saturday. That's lovely. Mayla. And, sorry, I have one more. Rachel. Rachel, you fawning, shag-haired clot pole.
Fawning, shag-haired clot pole. As one does.
And with that, we are up to 18,225.
Excellent.
And here is a reveal from Brendan.
So when I'm doing the animation, the motion capture, we have to plan everything out, and you have to treat it kind of like animation where you're literally building everything. So I'm trying to make sure that I know what it is we want to see on the screen for the animation. So for the very, very opening of introducing our witches and immersing us in this VR playtest world, I have been doing some storyboards to kind of get the world set up and established for what we're going to see. So this is my level of drawing. It is not quite at the level of others.
So am I interpreting it correctly that the reason that the black is there is because that's the VR frame?
Yes, it's what we see in the goggles.
Uh-huh.
In the
But
goggles.
sometimes we'll be in regular POV, right?
Yes.
Like we won't have the sort of goggle POV.
Right. So yeah.
Or rather not regular. Sometimes we'll
like,
be looking at your avatar, and sometimes we'll be looking out the
through
POV
the
of your avatar.
Correct. So yeah. So this is what I've started working on while I'm also looking at locations and cast and all the things that we have to plan to be able to continue filming A Tale Told by an Idiot. Thanks so much to your all incredible contributions and support. So thank you, everybody. This has been awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. You guys rock, and honestly, like, you're why we do this. So thank you so much. I stand you guys.
And enjoy your Friday nights and your weekends.
And Saturdays and whatever is.
All of the days.
All the days.
All
Enjoy
the times.
all of your days. Everyone go to sleep.
What?
Okay, bye.